Hello everyone, welcome back to Bricks and Dragons. Today we are working on our Star Trek narrative play here. So this one is Federation Transport. That is the title of our episode here. So as we start off, we have Charles is contacted by the station commander. So we will have, he's stand-in for the station commander here. To run a scientist out of the Sirius Theta 3 space station to run some orbital scans with equipment that will be placed inside the cargo hold of his shuttle. Charles is going to negotiate for a price to pay off his debt, which I do have to roll a die for. Let's see here. I'll throw this out here. This is a little thing I kind of cobbled together. We'll throw that out here as something else in the background. And I've got bunnies making wonderful noises here, being silly in their own way. Okay. So Charles is going to do a little negotiation, and we are going to get about 10 bars of latinum, which I believe was the remainder of what he had owed. So he'll be able to pay off his debt here. Charles and the scientist and the droid will take off for their journey. So we're going to get all their equipment, quote unquote, into the ship here. So this is what we all have in the ship. Let's see. Droid to take the journey and start off scanning on the planet. The scan, once we get to the planet, which takes, a little bit of time and they're just kind of talking and everything else. The droid kind of chimes in from time to time, but, as a very young being, it really doesn't have all that much to really say because it really doesn't know much. So it spends most of its time learning and listening. Okay. Once we get to the planet, we're going to kind of start scanning. And once we start scanning, we kind of trigger a defense system that attacks the ship. So the ship gets attacked, it gets hit, and we are forced to kind of crash land onto the planet. After we crash onto the planet, we find ourselves inside the ship, checking everyone. Everyone seems to be okay. Trying to figure out exactly what's all going on. Now, because we have a scientist here, and I'm kind of doing this as a narrative way, so if you're actually kind of listening to this for an idea, we have 3 things that we can do here. I'm going to roll to see which one they're going to actually do, just kind of leaving it up to chance a little bit. So we have a scanner that can be fixed. It's going to get minor damage from the crash. We can do an easy repair roll. Scanner can be fixed. Once it's fixed, it can be used to locate the direction of the system. If you have a tricorder, because we're in Star Trek, which I'm going to see our scientist does have, we can do the same thing with the tricorder. So whatever way you want to do it, I'm just going to leave it up as a 1 through 3. We're going to try and fix the scanner, and then he'll remember, hey, well, we can use the tricorder to do the same thing, or he'll just say, hey, I've got tricorder, whatever. So I got a 5, so we're just going to use our tricorder. We're not going to worry about fixing this stuff. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave our ship behind that's crashed along with our equipment here, and we're going to slowly walk towards, and I don't have a mountain here, but we'll say that we have a mountain there, and I will put out our door, our standard door. We do find a door here that we walk up to. The 3 of us, because we're not leaving the droid behind. And now we have to kind of do a kind of check here. So we have a steel door, which we can either pick with a medium check, or we can use a tricorder to open it with as an easy. Now, because I don't really have a character sheet. I'm just doing this more of a narrative. There are things I'm starting to find I really do kind of want to have a character sheet, but we'll just kind of keep this flowing here. This is more story time, just trying to tell a story in a way, so we're going to have some fun with this. I'm just going to do, we're going to try picking it first, and being a medium check, I'm going to roll a die, and I'm going to say I need a 5 or a 6. So I do roll a 6, because there's the 1, there's the 6. So with that being the case, we're going to pick the door, it'll open up, and we'll kind of enter in. So what we find once we get inside, so that's another reason for our map here. I'm going to place out a bunch of tokens here. So we will move this. This could be the inside of whatever it is that we're inside. Just kind of getting some stuff here. Trying to stack everything up here. All right. And I have a third one. So we'll move all that together. All right, so what we find when we get inside is we enter into, I suppose I could put us over here with the droid following. We enter what looks like some grand battle had happened here. So I'm going to use our battle droids. I'm just going to kind of all over here. It doesn't matter exactly where. And what we're going to have over on the other side here is we are going to have, I'll put the butt end of this, because we're going to find a ship in here. This door will actually open up to a grander door that's been kind of camouflaged. And I have some guys here, some army guys. I'm going to splatter them in here. They have bases. Hopefully they don't stand up on me like they don't seem to be. And we'll just have them like this. Okay. So this is a short little thing here, but it sets things up for the next one. So, okay. So we pick the steel door open. It screeches open and a foul smell comes in. Opening the door reveals the remains of a battle from long, long ago. After searching around, the group finds a new ship, which I've got a map from Starfinder, so we're going to use that for our ship going forward here. And an old computer running in the back of the mountain. So let's get our little computer stuff setting up here. So we will get over here, stepping over everyone and everything. All right. After searching around, the group will find a new ship, which I already said, an old computer running in the background of the mountains. Shutting down this computer will shut down the defensive system. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kind of do a little check here. So we're going to scan it first. So we'll see what we can do. I get a 5, so I'm getting a pretty good roll. So we figure out exactly what we're going to have to do to try and translate this and get it in. It doesn't seem like the language is all that far off from some of the other common languages that are used in the galaxy, so it's not overly difficult. We can kind of figure some of the buttons out. After some tinkering here and there, we will get the defensive system shut down and we get the door opened up. So with this, we find the ship. We're going to look through the ship. It is relatively empty. It is dusty on the inside and that from obvious sitting open and sitting here. It looks serviceable. Again, it's the same type of language, so we can kind of figure things out. Depending on how you want to run it, originally my thought was the new ship would have similar stats as that of a Danube shuttle. So essentially it's like we're getting a Danube shuttle, although this thing, I'm looking at the map, I think we do have 2 levels to it, so this is a little bit bigger, but still, it's old technology. Might be something that they might want to just investigate and look over once we get back to our starbase, which I believe is 354. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up, we'll get into the ship, we'll kind of go from there. We're going to fly out of here. We're going to pick up our stuff and we're going to go back. which really is the heart and soul. Now, depending on how you want to do this, as I'm getting a little bit more narrative and I'm getting a little bit longer on the writing part, here is a start of a mission or whatever. Like I said, I'm starting to write a little bit more, so it's taking a little bit longer to try and do some of this. And unfortunately, when I get caught up on time, sometimes time is my biggest limitation, trying to get things through here. Now, Charles has got an idea because we have a battle here. So once we're going to take everyone back, we're going to try and pick up everything else. We do notice that there is some other stuff, like an extra hallway that we didn't go down. We're just trying to get out of here before something else happens. We do have our scans from the planet, which is going to be downloaded. It's also on our thing. We'll finish up this mission and we're going to head on back to Space Station 354. From here, we're going to start, like I said, we're going to start trying to do a little bit longer narrative as I'm trying to get a little bit more used to doing this. This is still whatever I'm doing. If you want to take these ideas and put them into whatever science fiction space setup that you have going, that's perfectly fine. So, like I said, it's a shorter mission today. It's setting up things to kind of go along, and I've already set up plenty of other interests for people to kind of backstab Charles here, because they're going to feel that he's backstabbed them. So as we're moving along, we're going to keep going. That's all I really have for today. Like I said, it's a shorter one, but it's something just trying to get it going, and I'm trying to set things up for, you know, a long term here. All right, well, with that being said, thanks so very much for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you're enjoying how the story's kind of progressing, and hopefully it's giving you great ideas. I'll see you in the next video.